think about and put in whenever someone does a review. I totally get it. You literally can say and think whatever, but on my channel, this is my channel, and I get to say and think and do and whatever it is I want to put out there and speak my truth. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Moving on to shipping. So shipping did take, I want to say, about anywhere between 3 weeks for this bag. This bag did come shipped with FedEx. Oh my goodness, it just got very bright. This bag got shipped with FedEx and it came super fast, and compared to DHgate purchases or AliExpress purchases, you buy them and they just take forever. Like when I say forever, I mean like 2 months, 3 months sometimes, okay? But I do also want to clarify that right now there is a very big, just problematic issue going on with China. There's been a huge outbreak of COVID cases, and that has caused a lot of factories to shut down, a lot of shipments being delayed. And so if you are going to order something from China from a private seller, even DHgate itself, just keep in mind that these companies, it's just going to be delayed. You know, you're not getting scammed. You will get your items. Well, that's only if you are buying from a reputable seller who is actually good compared to some of the scammer ones, okay? I do want to point out as well too that, you know, I don't think that it's right for these companies to steal the designs. You know, I don't think that's right. I think that's very wrong, because these companies did work very hard for the designs. But at the end of the day, I don't want to also spend my money on these products. So I'm gonna buy a cheaper one and a replica one. Maybe when I make it very big in the future, right? When I have a lot of money to spend and I actually wouldn't, you know, hurt my bank account spending $2,000, $4,000, $6,000 on a bag. Heck, maybe then I will be able to justify buying these luxury items. But in the meantime, I just can't find myself spending that much money because, well, what's the point of buying a $6,000 bag and saving up just to go eat McDonald's tomorrow? Like, that doesn't make any sense, okay? So just think smart when you're spending your money. Like, a lot of people have different, you know, ideas, and they're so embarrassed about what other people have to think and say. But it's like, you have to stop thinking all these negative thoughts. You have to stop thinking about other people, okay? People have so many other things going on in their head, in their lives, that the last thing that they're thinking about is you walking out of your house that you're wearing a fake bag. And if you are, then so what? So be it. Like, it doesn't matter, okay? You know, I don't think it's right of these companies to copy the designs of these designer brands who have worked so hard to achieve, you know, their goals and dreams and aspirations. But it's just wrong that these corporate businesses or business people have taken over these brands that either one person made up just to kind of change, you know, the fashion industry. And that has been the, you know, topic for a while with these designer brands. If you look at, for example, Louis Vuitton and even a lot of these other ideas of people and what they kind of showcase, it's the fact that they're selling these ideas, right? And it's like a marketing strategy where if they are able to provide a bag and sell it to the poor, lower class, middle working income average people, they are more than likely to kind of target this crowd who are thinking that, oh my God, if I spend $3,000 on a bag, then it must be good, right? But it's just more of this marketing strategy that people have to understand, that they're giving into a brand name. It's not the quality items. It's not anything like that. If you want to do some research, you can definitely look up at like Supreme, for example, who did a marketing test with people who bought literally a brick of Supreme for hundreds of dollars, and it was simply because they took a red brick and they stamped the name Supreme on the bag. So at the end of the day, these designer brands, you know, and replica, you know, manufacturers and all these things, it's just, you don't know. One person, you know, is selling all these things and ripping people off. One person, their people are saying it's child labor and all these negative things, but they're selling it for cheaper and blah, 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 blah. But which one are you going to side with? Each one has a lot of pros and cons, and it just kind of depends, right? Like, I think everything in life has yin and yang, black and white, like good and bad. So it just depends on what you want to choose and believe in. You know, I can literally go on for hours about this topic, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to just put that little snippet into this video just to kind of say my 2 cents about this. I don't think it's right. I don't think that they should do that. I also don't think that it's, you know, even it's worse when these brands try to sell a bag that's fake as a real one. That's when it gets very, very wrong. But there are also a lot of different private sellers who do have really, really good qualities, make the same bags, real leather, one-to-one replicas, and it's like 97% identical, which is like, you know, why not? Like, I don't see why people have such a big problem with these fake bags and their ideals, and like, just everyone has their own beliefs, okay? Like, everyone has their own things that they want to believe in. So you can't really go around shoving your truth down someone else's throat because they're gonna believe something else. And I'm gonna leave this video there. So thanks for listening. I don't know if I talked about everything. If I missed anything, any points, let me know, because I feel like I rambled on, to be honest, about my emotions and how I felt about certain topics and things that people have been spilling and saying about all these different, you know, comments and concerns about people. But I also just wanted to clarify, you know, at the end of the day, a replica or a fake, it doesn't matter. A bag is a bag, and so be it. Be you, do you. Like Shia LaBeouf always says, just do it. That's it for this video. Without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Before I go, I just wanted to also say that I have a lot of different videos that I need to make. I have a Gucci bag to do, which is the Dionysus bag. I have a Balenciaga little, like, I forgot what it's called, but it's that little trending bag that's kind of like a little carry bag. I also have a blue Chanel. I have a few other ones. I have a lot of different things that I need to record and edit. I also have a Christian Dior saddlebag that is a very interesting video as well too to review, and some other really cool items that I need to just get on with editing and recording, but it's just a lot, and sometimes a lot of these videos also takes a toll on me. So I do appreciate your support. Also, if you subscribe, I really appreciate the support. And you know, you don't have to subscribe, but if you do, that's cool too. I am not an active YouTuber. I am very poorly, I do a very poor job at releasing, you know, weekly videos, and I try to maybe do like twice a month if I can, but with work and life, it's just one of those things where I don't have the time to be a full-time YouTuber as much as I would like. So it is a little bit more challenging for me. And so if you do subscribe, I just don't want you to get your hopes up and expect a video and all these things, because I am probably going to be very bad at that. But if you like the way
is the leather and the stitching, I did compare all the stitchings to this, and it was literally near perfect. Like, when you look on the top versus the sides on the bottom, it just gives you the general idea that this could be authentic in terms of the stitching and the leather, and it didn't feel weird at all. Didn't feel plasticky, which sometimes they would if they are cheaper replicas, but this one was a really expensive, like, that's the thing, is I paid about $3,700 for this after tax, and this bag brand new goes for $3,800. And I understand the markup on it because it's the black mini flap, which is really hard to find, but at the same time I was like, okay, I could just pay the same price, get the bag I want, and not have to worry about waiting on the wait list. No, I now have to go through an annoying return process to be like, hey, so this is now fake and whatnot. So quick look at it again. It looks like, first glance, looks fine. Side looks fine. Bottom looks fine. But then once you start looking into the hardware, which is the biggest things I looked at, and then even on the inside, everything was almost perfect. Like, the zipper was fine. Let me see it on this one. Yeah, it's about the same. One's a slightly harsher. And they both have a little, I don't know if you can see, but right here, it'll be a CC on the bottom of one side and then Chanel on the other. And I can go a little closer if that's something you want to see as well. But in conclusion, I bought a fake bag online. I compared it to the real one, and I wanted to go ahead and bring it to you guys because when I was trying to authenticate this myself, I wasn't able to find any videos online that helped me. So I kind of took everything from all the other videos and from what I also know from owning a bunch of Chanel bags and kind of using that knowledge to show you guys that the bag is unfortunately a replica.
I'll find out and then put it on the screen. Yeah, so I think the layout of the print is correct. See if I can find my phone and then show you what the authentic monogram is supposed to look like. So I found this is up from Louis Vuitton website. So this is a print. So see if I can show you side by side. You can see that this button is supposed to be right in between these flowers, and my DH-Gate one, they're right in between the flowers. And this part, I guess, is supposed to have a little bit of overlap and a little bit of this half circle on the bottom here. Unfortunately, this one doesn't. See, focus right here. So in between the flower, but you can see there's no half circle right here. And on the bottom, let me show you here. Focus, like the bottom part here, you're supposed to see like half of the flower on the bottom part, as you can see right here. And there's a back side. This is a back side. So because they're upside down, one continuous canvas, it should be upside down. LB should be upside down. This flower has to be in the middle, and then two of this one and two of this one and its corner. Let's see. I mean, it's almost right. Focus. Focus. There we go. So it's somewhat in the center. It's a little bit off from the midline, but the back side looks pretty good, I guess. See the rose ballerine. The button should be the same.
Anything that's not straight on there. I see a little bit of like wrinkling on this side, not completely like flat. That's one way to check. You see that there's wrinkling over there in the bottom. That's also an indication the bag could be fake. And lastly, all the time, when a bag have a RFID tag and a serial sticker, now that's definitely fake. You can only have one of the other, okay? If a bag is older, I think before 2021, you should have the serial sticker, which this one has, and it needs to be a little bit lower down here. It needs to be laying flat straight, not halfway like this one is. Now you can see like the serial sticker down there, it's a little bit too high. It should be in the bottom left corner straight, not slanted like that. And it shouldn't also have this RFID tag, okay? After 2021, they start putting this code tag here. This tag should be the one that should be on your bag. So let me show you like mod shots of the bag side by side, so you can see how the bag looks, if there's much difference. There is a little bit of, you can tell the strap of the fake one, it's a little bit longer, but not too noticeable in my opinion. I feel like you can't really see too much, but you know, even I'm a little bit like picky. I want to make sure everything matches, but I wouldn't care. I'm actually going to start using the rep bag. I just feel like the small size feels and looks better for me on because it's a little bit of stiffer structured handbag. I like it to be a smaller bag, especially when I'm not carrying a lot and I don't need all that space. To me, the small size is a better choice. And